Looking back at what governments have done in the past is that they work on the basis of a strategy. And history's patterns are very, very hard to miss whenever that we look at how that our governments, Western worldwide, they work on the basis of this thing called problem, reaction, solution, in where that there's a problem, after which that there's a reaction from the people, and then the governments bring in a solution. But what if that your governments, through supranational bodies on the outside, that they're actually creating the problem? Now, it's hard to really fathom that a government would do that on a people. But when we look at the evidence, when we look at the patterns, when we understand that the immigration could be stopped quite simply. What's wrong with, say, for example, putting the Navy out into the channel, stop the small boats, beefing up all our border security checks, and we don't let anybody into our country that is coming here illegally, coming here without identification, and most especially if we can't do a criminal record check on these people and we don't know what they're capable of, well, they should be turned around and sent right back. So here in the UK, your government would be saying, well, we really can't, go against international obligations. We can't go against international obligations because we're signed up to the ECHR, the European Convention on Human Rights. And that is the very mechanism by which that so-called quote unquote human rights lawyers, NGOs, they come along, and what they do is that they take a case. Well, the government says that they can't stop things because of, say, for example, if they're signed up to the ECHR, the European Convention on Human Rights, and any time that they try to deport someone, and we've seen this history's patterns in the past, where then human rights lawyers get involved, and well, the deportations actually don't happen. But that is easily solved. Then you hear the do-gooders and the human rights lawyers and the NGOs saying, well, we don't want our human rights taken away. Well, what's to stop the British government from taking themselves out of the ECHR and to put in place human rights laws, which would largely mirror the ECHR, well, except for the mechanisms which permit people to come to your countries and you actually can't actually send them back. This is a complete invasion of our countries and in a way that it is overburdening absolutely everything. It's not too bad here in Northern Ireland at the minute, but if we look at England, if we look at Scotland, if we look at Ireland, if we look at France and some of the European countries at the minute, the EU countries, which is part of the EU, well, they're being absolutely overrun, invaded, and in a way, then everyone suffers.
Can't kill the truth with a hollow drone. Hands or eyes clenched in fists, history's patterns, they won't be missed.